Hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to your Mercury Retrograde energy reading. As we know, we have an upcoming Mercury Retrograde that starts on November 9th. It starts in the sign of Sagittarius. On November 18th, it will actually go back to Scorpio as well. So we're going to feel a lot of energy, and basically multiple parts of your chart will be highlighted during this time. So I do have your cards for what you need to know that you might not see coming already out. We will also get into potential challenges, and we will get into the advice towards the end of the reading. Okay, so with that being said, please take what resonates, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first card that I got for you, Aries, was this one here, and this one is the Five of Swords. This is about a toxic environment, Aries. This is about dealing with people that are willing to do whatever it takes to get to their goal, okay? And it could be that maybe you feel pushed to tap into this energy yourself, right? And Spirit is asking you to ground yourself, because there's this energy of balance with the Temperance showing up here, and also about pouring back into yourself, right? So if you're feeling a bit stretched, if you're feeling like the pressure of potential environments in your life that are just simply becoming more toxic than normal, or things are just getting unbearable, or they're just starting fresh on getting negative, Spirit is really asking you to stay grounded, to really stay balanced, to not tap into energies that are not within your own characteristics, right? And then you have here this Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands shows preparation. This is about really planning your next move, strategizing your next move. There is no rush. This is the time to do the work behind the scenes. This is what Mercury retrogrades are all about. And this is where Spirit wants you to really take your time to investigate properly the options that you have, and to fully understand what's available to you, and also what you might have not tapped into. Meaning that you need to understand that there's more than what meets the eye. And Spirit really wants you to sit down and really do the proper research, and really investigate and do the proper preparation. If you're trying to get out of a toxic environment, right? If things just are becoming a bit unbearable, whether it is in your relationship, in a work situation, whatever it is, Spirit is asking you, this is the time to prepare your next move, okay? Another card that showed up for you here is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups tells me that there is something that will be resurfacing, something that's going to resurface, that's going to come back, an issue from the past, a person from the past even. But this is the thing, is for you to gain this level of closure, this level of I'm able to move forward, and it's part of your preparation. For some, this could be a person, but for others, this could be very personal and internal to yourself, right? This could be things that maybe you're struggling with from when you were young, right? Or again, it could be a physical person that is going to have a conversation with you, and it helps you in this preparation mode of going into the next chapter. So yes, it might feel like the pressure is on. It might feel like the pressure cooker is like, going all over the place, and there's something that we need to do in order to make it stop, right? But Spirit is asking you to anchor yourself, to ground yourself, to balance yourself, to manage yourself, to understand yourself, and to prepare yourself for the next step. Use these nudges, these revelations. When you see people showing their true colors, when you see a situation show up in its true reality versus maybe what you thought it was, this is an opportunity for you to prepare yourself for the next move. So preparation is the biggest thing with this transit for you. Now, what could be potentially challenging for you? So you have here the Hierophant, right? And this is like the old structures, the traditions, right? This is maybe even your own moral beliefs. Maybe there's a little voice inside your head telling you, no, actually, you can't do it this way. But the Hierophant shows that you can build new structures and new traditions for yourself, that you have the commitment to be able to show up and dedicate yourself to the task, right? So this is about having the connection to your higher wisdom, to be able to act upon that higher wisdom. But the problem with the Hierophant is that it can be very heavy. It can be very structural. So these structures in your life, right? Whether it is your relationships, whether it is your career, whether it is your living situation, these structures in your life are actually they're posing an issue. They're actually part of the obstacle, because it almost feels like well, this is just the way that it is. And Spirit is saying you, no, it's not. You can change it. You need to prepare. You need to plan. You need to explore with that Two of Wands in the situation, okay? What else do we have for the blockage? For the blockage for Aries. You have here Five of Pentacles, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you're deprived, feeling like you're working so hard for what? It doesn't feel like you might be enriched or abundant at this time, especially when issues keep resurfacing and things like that. But Spirit is saying, again, going back to that Temperance, anchor yourself, balance yourself, understand that everything is in flow. Nothing is ever permanent. So the situations that might feel very challenging at this time, understand that it's temporary. And this is, again, where you get the chance to prepare for your next step, okay? And you have the Four of Cups. So some of you guys might struggle with disinterest, boredom, predictability. Maybe you feel like things won't change. Maybe you feel like this is the norm. And again, it's part of this lack mindset, okay? And it could be, again, because things have become toxic. Things are putting a lot of pressure on you. But there's this energy that if you actually pay more attention to yourself, to your spirit, to your soul, versus paying so much attention to the things that are around you that you cannot control, once you start paying that attention back to yourself, then you'll realize the power that you have to change your circumstances, to get into your creative energy, Two of Wands, so you can better prepare for your next step, okay? Last card for the obstacle, Four of Wands. See, nothing is ever temporary. Adjusting to a new normal can feel very challenging, can feel like it's a lack, like you're missing something, you have lost something, but there's something to celebrate. And what there is to celebrate is the milestone that's coming in the near future, because you are going to make these changes that will provide you with a healthier environment. They will provide you with the opportunity for you to pour back into yourself. Obviously, you have free will. If you choose to stay in toxic situations and not see your inner worth, then this process might take longer. But for those that really take their worth seriously, for those that are in their Emperor energy, like you are, Aries, this energy reading is saying you don't have to stay in this toxic situation. You are not stuck with the job. You're not stuck with the relationship. You need to anchor yourself. You need to remember. You need to pour back into yourself. You need to nourish yourself, because that is what's going to grow. The things that you pay attention to are the things that grow. So you need to pay attention to yourself, to your ability to build, to create, to pivot, right? These are the things that you need to pay attention to. Let's go ahead and get into your advice, okay? What do we have for the advice? This one, Nine of Cups. Look at that. Nine of Cups, I really interpret it in many different ways. In this specific reading, I'm getting quite a bit of messages. The first one is breaking out of your comfort zone and you'll get a wish fulfillment, right? Your comfort zone, maybe you're very proud of it. Maybe you're very proud of what you have built. Sometimes it's really hard to let that go. But Spirit is saying once you let go, there is a wish fulfillment. Once you let go, there is so much more on the other side, okay? For the advice, what else do we have, Spirit? We have here the Six of Swords, another card of walking away from what no longer serves you. Walking away from an argument that you keep losing because someone's not having critical thinking skills. Walking away from a job that continues to provide a toxic environment, right? And this is the baby steps, okay? And that's kind of what I also want to reiterate with Mercury retrograde. This is not the time to make the permanent changes. This is the time to make the proper steps of preparation so you're ready to take the next step when the opportunity arises, okay? This is where you do the work behind the scenes. Again, paying attention to yourself so that way you grow, not the problems around you, okay? Let's get into the outcome and we'll wrap it up. Okay, this one really wanted to show up. What do we got here? King of Cups, outcome, emotional maturity, gaining very, very beautiful lessons that make you see things from a different perspective, having compassion for yourself, mastering your emotions, right? This is a beautiful energy to end off the reading with. And again, Aries, the main message for your reading is for you to anchor yourself, for you to find a balance, and for you to focus on yourself, because what you focus on grows. Okay, with that being said, Aries, please let me know if this reading resonated with you in any kind of way, and if it did, drop me a comment down below with your thoughts. Like and subscribe if you do want to support my channel. I would appreciate you, and I'll see you guys on the next reading. Okay, bye.